Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. You have reached the Hiking Druid channel. I'm Andrew. We're having a snowy day here in Maine. And I'm coming to talk to you about freedom through love and the awakening through truth. Great awakening is here, and freedom is coming back. All right. Thank you for joining me here today. Come on in. The water is fine. It is the water of truth, and the truth is setting us free. So I'm going to talk about a few of the things that are going on around these days, and there's so much going on that it is quite exciting. We are making 1984 fiction again. Big Brother will not be watching you. That's a book that everybody should read. Also, check out the book 1984 by George Orwell. It's amazing insight into what we almost started experiencing in a lot of the world. So, also, I would suggest Ayn Rand, A-Y-N, Rand, R-A-N-D, Atlas Shrugged. That's a great one. They have made movies out of 1984, and they've made movies, a series of 3 movies out of Atlas Shrugged, because it's a huge book. What an amazing novel. Also, I think, giving a lot of insight into what's going on now. I thank you for stopping by. Please check out the information down below, and you can find a way to get a download that will help you and your family keep your immune system strong. And one of the things I'm going to talk about today is something that also helps our immune system stay strong. Ties in with the truth, ties in with being free, being the Great Awakening, joining the Great Awakening, and why not? Let's be free. Let's be free. That's the way God designed us, all right, to be sovereign members of mankind. We must be wise enough to do battle with the liars. We must be bold enough to stand up and say, if something is not right, I will not do it. I will not give my consent. I will not sell my sacred privilege as the priest, the high priest of my family. I will not give that away just because of a liar. And I will not, and then you have to have the wisdom, and you have to also do all of that with loving kindness. And here's a hard one for most Americans: patience. All right, so, this is February 16th, 2025. I've been doing this for maybe about 5 years now. Have over a couple hundred videos, which you can watch on YouTube. Also, UgeTube, U-G-E Tube. Also, Rumble. And BitChute, B-I-T-C-H-U-T-E, BitChute. These other platforms for videos started when YouTube started axing a lot of people for speaking the truth. And let's see if I can say this stuff carefully enough. You need to word it wisely. I would like to put this on YouTube. And I'm going to say One of the things we'll get into right away, because I just mentioned the immune system. Also, and if you could, give it a like, thumbs up, a rumble, depending what platform you're on. This does help more people to see the video and get the information out. I'm getting not a bloody cent from all of these. I just am trying to get out. People are doing it in their own way. I'm doing it in my own way. Yay, God. We've got a lot of people just reporting on the everyday news. And also, this channel does touch on that. We also like to talk about how you can observe God and find that peace of mind out in nature and with music. And sometimes I go on walks out in the woods. I do have some videos about foraging in the wild, just walking, and observing God. I have had amazing things happen. Thanks to Holy Spirit, which is Jesus dwelling inside us. You just ask him in, just invite him. Learn how to listen. We talk a lot, we pray a lot, but we also need to stop and be quiet and quiet our minds and listen to the answers, because the creator of all things good and true wants a relationship with you and says that you are beautiful, wondrously made, powerful child of the Most High God. That's pretty cool. That's good news right there. That is really great news. Now, there is this thing that's coming out more and more. You got RFK Jr. being confirmed. You have, all kinds of stuff. We're going to touch base a little bit on the FBI, on USAID. There's also UKAID. We're going to touch on freedom through love. Of course, I mentioned awakening through the truth and taking action. Yes, definitely this is the time. Also, it is the time to also take breaks from the action, and you need to learn how you can balance that with. It can be trips to the beach. It could be trips to a mountaintop. It could be trips to visit loved ones. I think myself personally, I'm not trying to convince anybody about things they have, or if they aren't aware now. After the last 5 years, that the governments and institutions and systems have been designed to enslave us. I'm not going to argue with them about it. However, the Hiking Druid channel is a place to land to talk about the truth. And here is a truth. This is something that's called ivermectin. I don't know what kind of hits these are going to be. This is for horses, okay? That's what they tried to say and laugh it off. But folks, ivermectin was used. It was used for treating humans for 10 years or so before folks started wanting it for their farm animals and their ranch animals. And they definitely lied about that. I got to get a little bit of light over here, but I don't want it so bright that it blinds the camera either. So the evil fear porn pushers, they knew this during the scandalous scamdemic. They lie on their lying spree of that ferret-faced Fauci, and he during the early 2020s. Let me fix this. The evil fear porn pushers knew this during this scamdemic lying spree of ferret-faced Fauci during the early 2020s. I had scrambled that up. Had the lazy media acted on and actually researched or reported truth instead of just regurgitating the Marxist left-wing talking points, they could have easily found this out. Instead, they mocked, they trashed, they lied, they attacked, and they hid the truth, and it caused millions to die. Instead, now they're reaping the benefits of their lying because they are dying. The networks are dying. They mocked the truth seekers and the actual science. Okay, because this, like I said, ivermectin, yes, there is horse parasite removers, but they've been using that in humans before it ever became a horse paste that they were laughing so much about. Now all this stuff's coming out as fact now. It's pretty interesting. But they've toxified the environment, so it became nearly impossible to talk about that. But it's all coming through and it's all connected. Let's move on to the USAID, which I always thought said USAID, and I'm not sure why it's different, but apparently USAID, it's coming out. It equals regime change and the secret CIA operations. That's what all that money was for. A lot of that money was for. It's not these like amazingly important human rights that we all thought it was for, protecting humanity from this and that. No. Just another way to siphon that money into their pockets. Also, many U.S. politicians, and I suppose politicians all over the place, they get tons of money through the fake groups. They get money from USAID, and then they give kickbacks back to the so-called progressive candidates. BBC gets money from USAID. The World Economic Forum, WEF, those super rich elites get money. And it's our tax money. That's why it's being stopped now. It's been stopped. USAID equals deep state. Payola. That's why the radical leftists are losing their minds. And the deep state pawns. Useful idiots. Some of them are. On both sides, this is a problem of a lot of the political hack crowd that's in DC. Now, you can check out this channel called Barron Trump News. Check out the Trump report card. Excuse me. This is pretty interesting stuff. It goes into what Trump's accomplished in less than a month, folks. Less than a month. I've heard it said he's accomplished, or we have accomplished more in less than a month than the last regime had done in 4 years. At least for positive stuff, that is definitely true. Okay, so Mexico caved. Panama, Colombia caved. Venezuela caved. China is panicking. Canada is panicking. Uh, hang on a second. Oh, the mass deportations. They're going back to the countries that they came from. The hostages are home. The J6 Patriots are pardoned, which was a complete FBI scam and Antifa scam that had infiltrated that. This is all coming out. It's so clear. I mean, we've known this for, 5 years, 4 years, whatever it was. FBI is getting exposed. The DEI programs are abolished. The USAID funding is canceled. I'm seeing an A+ in this report card, by the way. The 2 gender only policy, in other words, the return of common sense and observable nature. 51 intel agents lost their clearance. Yeah, these were the, I think a lot of them anyway, were the Russia Gate makeup story. What is that called? So like a lot of people on that side of the brain, the left the left side is they're projecting. What they were actually doing, they try to accuse innocent people who are just honest, hardworking, God-loving folk of their misdeeds and rotten intentions. And because they have so much reptile snake brain going, they think that everybody thinks the way they do, and that, being totally greedy and competitive and lust-filled and angry and jealous, all the things that God warns us about not to do. And as sovereign members of mankind who have a constant connection with God, we can walk a better path than what they accuse us of through their projecting. And those are the 51 intel agents. They are done. They're lost their clearance. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Some of these dingleberries that we thought might be good the last time Trump was officially president also lost their clearance because they are double dealing deep staters. Okay, part of his report card also, the border crossings are dropping by 93%. Ha! That's good news. The reservoirs are being filled up. They're filled up again. They're being filled up. Some of them already are filled up in California. You can find the videos of the water pouring into these reservoirs because they're not letting them all. There's tons of water in California. It's just a lie to control and to get, and for political, reasons. They lie and they say it's so dry when actually there's tons of water and reservoirs. They just let them all run out. Dodge is saving tax monies, taxpayers, billions. And this is just starting, folks. And it's waking people up. The waste, the sheer volume, and the people trying to defend this waste. It's really opening a lot of eyes. They can't twist it anymore. We don't believe them. We question everything. And I mentioned this was on on Barron Trump News channel, which probably is actually Barron Trump. Shh, don't tell anyone. Excuse me. He says, this is exactly what Americans voted for. You darn tootin'. That's right. I said darn tootin'. And no, it's so true. It's so true. Oh, God bless. God bless Mr. Trump. Okay. And his family. Protect them. Now, also check out the latest gene decode. And this was a few days ago. But it's called Tea and Scones Nightcap with Paul Brooker from the Charlie Ward Show. So because he's in England, it's the next day when they're doing this. Gene is up late, and probably Paul is up early. Anyway, also some of the old Charlie Ward Show stuff is pretty interesting. He knows a lot about QFS. If you have questions about that. But really, as we're finding out all the lies and the truth is being set free, you have to follow your common sense. Do the research. Go down some rabbit holes. Don't stay too long. You don't want to lose your mind. Research the information yourself. Question everything. Take action. I have videos about taking action. Why do we take action? Because just words are, they can change some minds. But when people see that you're walking out what you're saying, then they want what you have. And they want the truth. And in our hearts, we're programmed, you might say, in a way. We're created with a longing for truth and light and love. Freedom through love, folks. Freedom through love. Awakening through truth. I'm Andrew Boynton. I love ya. God loves ya. You are the apple of his eye. And he says, just ask. Just ask. If you will just ask, and it's goodly and godly, he will give it to you. He will grant your wishes. He knows your heart. He knows we're going to start knowing this stuff too. Remember, we're going onward and upward. Don't forget to give your kids a hug and give your parents a hug. Tell them how much you love them. Even if they don't see the truth yet, still love on them. Just love on them. Keep talking about the truth. And tell them, I'm telling you the truth. You don't have to believe me. Go check it out. And don't just watch the nightly news to find out the answers. For every news show, there's 50 other sources, or at least 20. And you don't want to just get your information from the deep state mouthpieces. So we love them too much to let them be ignorant. These days, with all the choices we have for wisdom and truth, not knowing the truth is a choice, which leads to ignorance. Ignorance is an option. It's just a terrible option that will lead to death, doom, and destruction. We're going upward, folks, upward, towards the light. We are the light. Remember, we're cleaning these things, these brains of ours and the pineal gland, so we can communicate better with each other and see the truth. I see a lot more people now saying, I can tell when someone's lying to me. This I've noticed now for the last year or two. It's just getting further and further ahead. I could see it. I've had to sort of take a break a little bit, because when I get spouting off about the truth, I have to remember to let people catch up. But that's what we're doing here. We're trying to touch the beginning part of the truth, So many people are already talking about a lot of the concepts that are further along. But you have to keep drawing people into the truth with some of the juicy tidbits. And to me, that they keep freeing more and more kids and closing down those deep underground military bases, and closing off that party drug, which will remain unmentioned, so this doesn't get zinged on certain channels. Yeah, let's just do it that way. I think everybody who follows this stream of consciousness knows what I'm talking about. And let's just say Google is very involved with it, so stop using that. You know, what's the name of their browser? Chrome. And then they have another thing that's Adreno. So what is that? Their antivirus or something? I'm not sure, offhand. You'll have to check it. I don't know everything. I remember hearing about this years ago and going, isn't that fascinating? It's out there. It's all right there in front of you. They have to release it, you know. That ties in with their reptileness. They believe in the karmic system. And it's twisted the truth in their poor little cold-hearted brains. So anyway, we are going to be loving. We are going to be healing. We are going to be teaching, raising from the dead, feeding, clothing, healing diseases. That's what we do. And Jesus said we will do more than what we can see he did or does. He wants to do it. And he wants to spend time with you. So take some time. God, please hit everybody's hearts that are watching this. Please protect them. Please help them to have wisdom with which to do battle with the liars. Thank you, folks, for joining me today. You are well loved. This is the Hiking Druid Show, and I'll catch you soon. I hope you've got some important information out of this. Go check out the information down below. Thank you again, and also check out that Barron Trump news channel and Gene Decode. Gene Decode is coming out with some. Sometimes he'll go for a while without a new one. I don't want to play that too long, but thanks. I'm heading out. Have a great day. You are well loved. Thanks for stopping by, and keep trying to do good and keep learning new things. And be uplifting. Don't tear down. Uplift. Okay? See you soon.